Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. Well, I have no subject whatsoever this evening, as the live stream title entails. It just says "Let's Natter," so I thought I'd just pop on, have a chit chat with you all for a little while, and see where it takes us. Hope you're all well. We got in the chat Spark Swain, Irresistible Grace, Claire Hunt. Julie, hello to you. More ham on his head. Evening, Andy. Yeah, I'm all right. Good to see you as well. Are you going to Chester, Andy? Yes, I am. I am going to Chester. I'm leaving on Sunday morning, about 10 o'clock. It takes about 4.5 hours to get to Chester on the train from where I am. And I've already got the hotel and everything sorted out, so I will be up there. My plan is to come home on Wednesday. So come rain or shine, I have to come home Wednesday because I've got stuff I've got to take care of from Thursday. Drove through Chester last night. Okay. I did consider driving for a period, but thought about everything. I thought, nah, sod it. I'll get the train. I basically got to go St Pancras, then across to Euston, and then up to Chester, and it's about 4.5 hours. I live in Merseyside. Can't get due to work. I will pray this comes clean. Absolutely. I can't film from within the court. Not allowed to. But I shall do as much reporting on it as I can every day. And I'll try and do some live tweeting if I can as well, and try and give you as much of an idea, as much of a picture of what's going on in there as I possibly can. I noticed, I'll see if I can find it while we're talking. I noticed that, let's see if I can find it. ITVX. Person. Yeah, found it pretty quickly. I noticed about 5 or 10 minutes after me and Graham finished our live yesterday, this suddenly appeared on ITV. So at least one mainstream media outlet has got hold of it. Sarah Pochin loses bid to throw out Runcorn by-election challenge. So they've got hold of it now. They've got hold of it at the moment, whether anybody else does. And I know a few local papers have got hold of the situation also. So we'll have to see what other coverage there is. But really, and I've got to get a list of the others that have covered this, because I'm going to do a separate video giving them a shout out, because it's well deserved. Not many people have covered it, which is a shame. What will happen now the government's been proven to be in the usual? So I'm not quite sure what that word is. If you can have another bash, I'll try again. I think I know. Is it unsustainable, unintentional? Not quite sure what you mean there. Let me know. They scrapped the white paper, Andy, for the benefit changes. Not sure what that will mean. Me neither. I've seen talk of benefit changes again in the press today. Talking about making all PIP assessments face to face. Not ideal for everybody. I've had a bit of that. Unconstitutional. Yes, I'm with you now. I mean, they are unconstitutional completely. Everything you see, everything they try and push through. I even left a comment, which I'll show you earlier on, saying that they're unconstitutional. I'll just pull up my Twitter feed. I'll be able to show you what I put. You have to pardon me. I'm sorry. I'm sniffing for some reason. Let's have a look. Yeah, here we go. Have a look at this. Load of old garbage. So this is Zara Sultana. We obviously know who that is. The media in this country are a disgrace, too eager to lick the boots of their billionaire owners by churning out clickbait headlines. Well, she's partially correct. Nigel Farage isn't Hitler, but make no mistake, if we don't stop him and reform, he will drag the country down a dangerous fascist path, just as we've seen unfold across parts of Europe and the United States. That path means attacks on trade unions, minority communities, and our civil liberties. It's socialism or barbarism. We must choose socialism. Yeah, and I prefer England and the rule of law, which you socialists have tried very hard to ignore and circumvent. That's what it's all about. I mean, the other thing that's getting on my nerves is all this garbage about the Bill of Rights, or the European Convention of Human Rights. Let's have a look if I can find this for you. I've added a couple of new buttons onto StreamYard, and it's foxed me a little bit, but we'll see. Screen recordings. No, I think I might have got rid of the thing that I'm looking for. Yeah, it was a video of Graham basically reading out what your rights were under the English Bill of Rights, which covers us completely. So, who have we got here? Random Yank. Hello, Andy and all. Much love from the States. Hello, and love back at you. Thank you for joining. That's great about YouTube, isn't it? We're all over the world. And, America will have some interest in what's going to go on in Chester next week, as they already did. I think we will have lost some votes due to what Farage said about the disabled and people claiming. He says never trust a conservative, but the way they talk sounds very much like conservatism. They're all melded into one. Nigel Garage has made it quite clear. I'm the one in the garage. He doesn't want anyone on benefits, especially the disabled. What gets me is the way that the disabled are dealt with. You do get shirkers out there that shouldn't be on benefits whatsoever. But then you get people that have worked 20 or 30 years, their bodies are knackered, their minds are screwed, and they really need the help. Otherwise, they'll sink. So the problem is all the time they use a one-size-fits-all approach, don't they? And it's disastrous. It just causes untold stress for all sorts of people. Did you hear the government said tonight about Andrew's stripping of titles? King asked Parliament to strip them, and they actually mentioned the Act of Settlement. So they actually acknowledge they exist. Absolutely. I mean, all of these things. I mean, if you read I think it's the Bill of Rights, it actually tells you in the first part of it how much the monarchy has overstepped the mark and lists out all of the different things. And then in the second part, it tells you, what your rights are, and it all goes back to it. And, the Act of Settlement is the separation of powers between the monarchy and, it's interesting stuff. And I know of another case where the government have actually relied on a certain part of the Bill of Rights for their defence. So even though they're trying to hide from it and assert it, they're still using it. The only trouble is they're calling it British, and it ain't. It's English. But that's another thing for another time. What's this? Oh no, that's the wrong one. Come back here. I can't get the comment. My comments are stuck. Let's hide that one. Yeah, I see. You're saying you're your husband's full-time carer, chronic back pain, neck and upper back is a mess, and they're trying to blame his symptoms on mental health. They just haven't got a clue, have they? They really haven't got a clue. I personally think you're brilliant myself, Audrey. Thank you. Been Celtic Irish parents, and my son been a mixture of Celtic German through his granddad. I want my kids to have a good future. I'm 56. Absolutely. It's all about the future generations. All about the future generations. That's the whole thing. You know, if we don't do it now, then they've got to do it then. And is that right? Is that fair? I don't think it is. Bosses won't hire anyone over 50. It certainly gets harder, doesn't it? I mean, I'm approaching 50. I'm 2.5 years off. And, you know, you become acutely aware the older you get, certain things will change. You can't help it. It's an inevitability, really. Julie, have you heard about the two Tower Hamlets councillors campaigning to be MPs? What? No, I haven't, actually. I haven't. You know, you talk about act of settlement, right? And that example there is exactly, you know, why, or one of the reasons why the act of settlement is there in the first place. I'm going to pull this up just to drive the point home. Here it is, right? This is the act of settlement. And if I go down, see, that first bit is all about separation of powers and monarchy and all the rest of it. This is the important bit. After said limitation shall take effect, as aforesaid, no person born out of the kingdoms of England, Scotland, or Ireland, or the dominions thereunto belonging, except if made a denizen, are born of English parents, shall be capable to be the Privy Council or member of either House of Parliament, or to enjoy any office or place of trust, either civil or military, or to have any grants of lands, tenants, etc., etc. So that basically means if you're not born of English parents, and by turn Scottish, Welsh, Northern Irish, you can't be an MP. It's really very simple. You can't be a councillor. It's really very simple. You can't be a policeman. It's really very simple. It's to guard the state against all of that. And originally it was there to protect the Dutch. They're there to protect the Dutch. Not protect the Dutch, protect us from the Dutch. That's what I meant. But, you know, it translates to all of that. Absolutely all of it. So Julie's just sent me the actual link. Let's go and have a look. All the Daily Express. Last time I looked at this, there was articles for food all the way down the side of it. Let's go have a look. Yeah, councillors for the central London borough of Tower Hamlets have been caught trying to become MPs in Bangladesh. So that's an immediate conflict of interest straight away. And there's no way under the English constitution, one, should they be anywhere near a council, and two, should this be allowed to happen? You know, this is where this is going. Councillors in a central London borough, where 1 in 4 people don't speak English. We've lost Tower Hamlets for now. Tower Hamlets is gone. Has sparked outrage after being caught campaigning to stand as MPs in Bangladesh. Councillor Shabina Khan and Councillor Ohid Ahmed, who both serve on Tower Hamlets Council, were revealed to have been seeking to stand in next February's Bangladeshi general election for the Bangladesh National Party, a party long dogged by corruption, violence, and extremism claims. And you know that could spill over back here. This is what's happening, folks. The BNP's founding principles include full faith and trust in Allah, Bangladeshi nationalism and socialism. In 2006, it faced heavy criticism over corruption and political violence. And as recently as July this year, its youth, volunteer and student wings were linked to the brutal murder of scrap trader Lao Shan Sohan, who was stripped and hacked to death in Dhaka. 5 members were later expelled. Now both councillors have been photographed attending campaign events in Bangladesh, apparently seeking to impress local BNP figures and secure nomination to stand for office. I ain't going to read anymore. You get the idea. I mean, that is an absolutely diabolical thing to have put in front of you. You know, this is England, and we're talking about something in the capital city of our country, England, London. Two councillors want to go and play MP somewhere else. And there's only one answer to that in my book. I'll take them to the airport. Where are we? It's an interesting one there. What we got? There we go. Audrey, because I've looked up history, Irish as settlers in Britain before Romans, Welsh Kingdom and Scotland, more like Cornwall, laugh out loud. We all mix with each other, the same race. I think it was Graham said in some ways the Northern Irish are more English than we are. It's amazing. I mean, one thing I've never told, well, I probably have. I'm English. I say I'm English and everything else, but you know, my family, when they first came to this country, or the name my family has, come over with William the Conqueror. So it's actually a Norman name. And there is evidence of us coming over here in 1066 and going up to Scotland. And we were granted land and title up there because of things that we'd done beforehand. It's, you know, we probably all have a little mixture of something in us somewhere. The lefties always twist what Nigel says. People should listen to what he actually says. They know they're losing. The Constitution is the solution. Absolutely right. What really gets me when they talk about the Constitution, they talk about the Act of Settlement, they talk about the Bill of Rights, is the way in which they're talking about it. They're twisting what it actually is and what it stands for. It's not some British thing, you know. It's English, and it protects England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and by claim of right, Scotland. You know, it's a big thing. Angela Hill, Wethersfield Air Base has to have the most illegals in one space within our country. I've just emailed, not so cleverly yet again. He never replied years ago after expressing concerns. MPs are good at that. MPs are very good at that, not acknowledging constituents' emails. Mine has even had a Facebook group set up in her honour where she's not been acknowledging anything. It's ridiculous. What, Gabby is a Norman name? No, Gabby is not a Norman name, but my surname is. It kind of changed as well over the years. Probably 500-600 years ago, it changed to the modern day spelling of it. But a family member of mine traced it all back many years ago, and there is a transcript somewhere which I've never seen. I'm told there is, but there we go. We're all a mixture of each other. Celts came from Netherlands, Germany, France, Spain, Portugal. Laugh out loud. Yeah, has anyone ever done one of them things where you stick a cotton wool thing down the back of your throat and send it off to a company and they tell you what percentage of whatever you are? I could probably find I'm like South African or something. You never know. From the clan Cabby, absolutely. There's 71 clan cabin. I have Anglo-Saxon direct grandparents back to 880 in Lancashire, Scottish, Welsh and Irish back further. Well, there you go. That's older than England itself, isn't it? So well over 1,000 years. Do not do that. They'll sell your DNA. Yeah, I have heard that, Donna. It's not something I've ever done. I was just curious if anyone has. So I liked researching genealogy and looking at links with families and stuff. I mean, I saw an old black and white photograph online once, and I recognized the individual in it, and it turned out he was a distant relative. And I looked a little bit further and found what in effect would be like I think it was my second cousin, twice removed or something like that. Never met this person in my life, but I contacted them and said, you know, blah, blah, blah. And she said, yeah, you're right. This is them. This is them. This is them. And they actually said they remembered my family members on that side when they were all very much younger and not seen them in years. So it's amazing. Andy, remember me when I was one of your first subscribers? Yeah, I certainly do. Not seen you for a long time. I hope you're okay. Yes, we did. I mean, that's basically when it all started for me on here. This channel's actually a few years old, but it was really then that it started. Deadeye Survivor. I'm all for a multicultural nation. My issue, the flood coming in that can't speak English and has no wish to integrate with society, who are taking from the economy instead of chipping in. You know, one of the things about English and one of the things about the English as a society or people, if you actually take the time to look at the Constitution, you know, they say we don't have a Constitution. We do. And, you know, it's partially codified in the Bill of Rights. And the reason it's confusing is because it's across different documents, the Bill of Rights, the Act of Settlement and everything else. But if you have a look at all of those, nowhere in there at all does it mention anything about race. So when you say I'm English or anything like that, they go, oh, you're racist, you're racist. Hang on a minute, show me what I've said that's racist. You know, going back to your point, if you come here and you want to make a better life, you want to contribute, you want to start a family, you want to settle down, and, you know, you actually integrate, I ain't got a problem with that. What's the problem? But when you're seeing uncontrolled floods over and over and over and over, and we see all the problems that come with it, then I've got a problem. You know, I've mentioned it before. I've got a mate who's a cab driver, does work for me. He was from Afghanistan originally, and he came to this country, settled down, got citizenship, works bloody hard, got a house, started a family. Ideal, you know, but it's really bad what's happening everywhere else. I did one recently, 48% English, 36% Welsh, Celtic, and a few random bits of Breton, Germanic, and Scandinavian. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Amazing. Yeah, the race card doesn't work anymore. They're all busy calling you racist, aren't they? I mean, when you talk about the religion of peace, should we call it, they'll call you racist. Well, it's not racist to criticize a religion, is it? Stand together. Only thing separated people was religion. Anglo-Saxons changed their religion. The religion thing shouldn't be part of law. We're not a third world forced beliefs. Absolutely. Julie, been a member for 3 years and 2 months now. Time doesn't time fly? Certainly does, Julie, and I appreciate all the support. I'm one of my moderators as well, as you can see by the spanner. Clive, you come here to stand before God in the presence of him and to live as a Christian with other Christians. There you go. No, absolutely not. And again, there is a line in our constitution that basically says English law is for the English. There's no other law. It's the supremacy clause. And all this that's happening to our country is very, very wrong. That's what I talk about integration. If you come here, you integrate. You don't come here expecting me to integrate with you. Hang on a minute, this is my home. Do those that have spent the majority of their adult life voting for the Uni Party take some responsibility for our current predicament? That's a very good point. You could kind of blame them for it, but not blame them for it on the same token. Because if you think you're born, you go to school, you're educated, and you learn the basics of what goes on in your formative years, you learn from your peers, your teachers, your parents, and there's certain bits of information which you're not fed, and then you believe certain things. Then it's only when you get older and start putting two and two together, you think, hang on a minute. But not everybody's in that position, are they? So they'll keep going to school. They'll keep going to work. They'll keep voting. They'll keep believing this split the vote crap. They'll keep believing this, I've got to vote Conservatives to keep Labour out of crap. And that's how we've all been trained to go through life. And what I try and do is convince people there's more to it. Now, I think with the advent of the World Wide Web and more information available, we're starting to move in the right direction. Andy, if you had a look at the 2004 Civil Contingency Act, it could be enforced now because people aren't safe anymore. What I'm waiting for, I am aware of that act and I have read big parts of it. I'm waiting for it to kick off. I mean, as I said in the live with Graham yesterday, I still believe, and I can't believe any other way, that there's still a peaceful way out of all this. There has to be. And then you see other content creators actually saying, it's going to kick off. It can't kick off because that's what they're steering it towards. And if it kicks off, it gives them the excuse to do what you've just mentioned there. Oh, yeah, I know it's heading there, and I will keep smoking the peace pipe until such a time somebody chucks a bucket of water over me. 214 watching, only 95 likes. Smash that thumbs up. Absolutely. Let's try and get that over 100. According to my figures, there's about 300 watching, but there you go. I think they're a bit skewed. Hi, Andy. I see that there was another incident in Manchester on, I think, Wednesday. Yeah, I did see that as well. And that's like, if you go with what happened in Uxbridge and this, that's literally a couple in 24 hours. And I know there's been more than that hasn't been reported. Where are we? It's crazy. No peaceful way. Don't get me wrong. If push comes to shove, I'm as capable of that as the next person. But what is it? What are we supposed to do? I hear the bloody fireworks going on outside now. Hi, Jean-Marc. It's time for national emergency. Absolutely. I had a funny thing earlier, just changing the subject, talking about having a good scrap. There was I think a bit of AI. See, ready for karate. Scary, isn't it? I was having a play with that earlier, and some of the things you can do with AI now, absolutely scary. Audrey Roach, yeah, laugh out loud. I had another one of me doing a flying kick through the air. I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, I got this random advert saying to me, do you want to have a go at Grok Imagine? And I thought, why the hell not? Let's see what that does. There we go. Yes, well, while it's the right colour belt and everything, I don't think I could get my leg up that high. I'll give it a good go though, but I might do myself an injury. But that is completely AI. It's nuts. It is really nuts. Yeah, Grok. I was on Twitter and I've seen a couple of adverts for it, and it said have a go at it for free. So I thought, yeah, okay, I'll have a go at it for free. Yeah, and you literally just upload a picture and tell the thing what you want to do with it, and it jigs it about, and it was pretty funny. Showed someone earlier, and they just rolled their eyes at me. Is that Andy or Eric Cantona? Yeah, I remember that kick. I remember that kick definitely. Andy the Gabby Batman, brilliant. Laughed my ass off. Absolutely. Our sense of humour is individual to be British. I bet that's England flags you put on the end there. They always end up black coloured. Cosmic War Toad, hello. They do it with new strains. They pick random symptoms from a book and combine them to create a new variant to scare us. Oh, yeah. Well, some of the previous variants as well, if you looked at how they were spelt and reversed them, were you taking the piss or what? There was one that springs to mind. I can't remember what it was, but you just knew. Yeah, absolutely. No, it's all good. I wouldn't take your taxi fares, Andy, not after those fearsome English kicks. It reminds me of a fare dodger I had years ago, and I think I shocked them because I chased after them. And we got to a wall, and they pole vaulted over the wall, and I thought, nah, that's not worth it. Us people can bring a group together, teach new parents how to bring kids up, definitely not through brainwashing hate on each other. That's it. I mean, I always keep a very close eye on, every time my kid comes home from school, what he says, and his peers as well, what they come out with. It's you've really got to, because being part of the system, with all these lefty teachers, you don't know what they're being told. What's this? It's someone's being a smart ass. Yeah, I love on Twitter you get faceless trolls who like insulting. Here's a good one. Let's have a look at this. Let's hide that comment there. Cheers, Pauline. What we actually won was the appeal that the other side put in. The actual court case itself is next week. And what we did on October the 16th, or what Graham did, credit where credit is due, is got the actual appeal dismissed. So then the court case can go ahead. And it's actually at the court case where all the evidence will be shown and we will know what we're doing. Yeah, have a look at this. A bit of a comparison. Starmer and Stalin, persecution of farmers, jailing of dissidents, removal of free speech, show trials, high taxes, forcing citizens to freeze, state corruption, biased media, creation of thought crimes, cover-ups. You can't put it any plainer than that, can you? You really can't. Yeah, Jean-Marc. And there's a few odds and ends floating around the interweb with all that in mind. The barbaric practices of both halal are the two largest money laundering cartels. They've been at war for 1,500 years because they both lie. Absolutely. We're filled with lots of lies. Hello, Grumpy Sapper. Hello. Hope you're well. Grumpy Sap has just released a new music track today, sent across and tagged me in. A couple of others in it. I'll bang it on my community post. So you can go and have a butcher's. I'll do that in a little while. Somebody said something about where is it? I think I've gone too far. There we go. Charlie, Silver Fox had news from his solicitor that they are not renewing his bail conditions. Yes, absolutely. Silver Fox was in a spot of bother because he said something on one of his videos that those that decide didn't agree with, and he got his collar felt by the old Bill, and he's just got some news today. What I'm going to do, if this works, I'll see if I can find it, because sometimes direct videos don't actually play too well. I'll play it for you. I know he won't mind, because I am actually in contact with him, and it is good news to show that the system don't get its way all the time.
Very, very quick episode of Hot Takes, and it's just an update on my particular problems with regards to the police and the CPS and my impending prosecution, etc. I've just had a phone call from my solicitor. I was due to be bailed on Monday morning. This would have been a magistrate's bail. They've had to have gone to the magistrate's court to get another set of bails put on. They haven't. They've released, but are released under investigation. So I'm still not in the clear as such, but I am no longer on bail, and I'm no longer on bail restrictions. So I can say what I like and screw the lot of them. It's fantastic news. The solicitor said, it's not particularly good or bad. It's fairly neutral, he says. But the fact that they haven't gone back for another bail hearing indicates it's falling slightly towards your side of the victory. He says, but, still thinking just simply on that without other details, he said it's a 55-45 in your favour. Other details are there and I've covered them in the past. So feeling pretty good. And, screw you all. Not you all. Them all, my freedom of speech is slowly coming back to me. One day, eh? Who knows? But I will keep you up to date on the proceedings as they go on. And that's that. So at least I don't have to worry about going back up and getting rebailed on Monday. Pat the people. Foxy. Remember Wolfie Smith? And the mother always used to call him Foxy? Tooting popular front. There we go. Thanks a lot. Bye.
There you go. That's good, isn't it? I know he'd taken certain measures to try and protect himself, and I know of at least one other influencer, stroke YouTuber, that's a little bit worried about their own freedom of expression and trying to, or at least considering options, what they're going to do. So we will see. And hopefully they'll just drop the whole thing and then FA it. I'm spiritual defo, spiritual war, but not religious, as if bringing people higher conscious, evolving, wake people up, not. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, have a look at this. See all these dark flags? These are England flags. You bung that on YouTube, they darken them out. Could somebody do me a favour and put either a Welsh or a Scottish flag in a comment and fire it up for me? I just want to see if it happens with some, all the others. It's all flags by the looks. It's not just England flags. Okay, that's very interesting. I mean, if you go on to Rumble, as I said, you can have a seat of them. Fine on my end, Andy. Yeah, I think it's when you actually hit the enter button or the publish button, they go over, and then they get censored in between. It's horrible. It's been like it for ages. Okay, that's interesting. It's like they want to scrub it from existence. Seems to be all flags by the looks. Yeah, France, nothing. Nothing. It's weird, isn't it? I reckon it's on a PC, not iPads, etc. Yeah, could be. But it's ridiculous. It really is. I think they all use the same stuff, really. So we will see. They've been blackened for over a year. I didn't realise all of them had been. I knew the England ones were, but not all of them. Yeah, try one of those. See what comes up. Yeah, there's a flag there. You're getting a few emojis now. It's all F, NWO, no borders, no flags. Absolutely. There's Grumpy there. Absolutely. Yeah, when you stick them on, all I'm getting is the country codes. I'm not getting the flags themselves. They could be censoring me. You never know. You used to be able to make the English flag with red and white squares, but YouTube caught on and stopped it. Oh, okay. I do remember seeing people do that as well. Paul, you asked a question earlier about the Sunday night lives. There's no set schedule now. If I can do a live or I'm able to do a live, I'll do a live. I mean, I might do something Sunday night or at some point Sunday because I'll be in Chester. And, I will be doing something then anyway, just to show what's going on prior to obviously the main event. But really, it's just as and when I just get them done as often as I can do. I'm seeing all the flags here in Australia, Andy. It's got to be pretty much where you are and what's going on. Hi, Mum. Hope you're okay. That's my mother, everybody. Everybody say hello. JBW Canute. Fiona Gregory. I love Chester. Absolutely. I spoke to somebody yesterday, I think, said I'm going to Chester, and they said they absolutely loved it up there. They said they really liked it, so it'll be good. English flag actually odd because it's the Catholic cross of the Knights Templar, not changed. I'm 1536 when changed religion. I have looked into why it's strange. Yeah, I mean, the original English flag is the Whiffin, isn't it? The two-legged dragon, for anybody that doesn't know. So there we are. Kelly, I have had a conversation behind the scenes. That's all I can really add to that. My 11th paternal great-grandfather, William Williams, was Solicitor General and drafted the 1689 Bill of Rights, MP for Chester, and first Welsh Speaker in the House of Commons. Praying for next week. Absolutely. So you appreciate, the gravity of what's going on. I mean, what people have to understand. Let's just get this comment. I'm 15 minutes drive from Chester. Did you hear about the planned bridge demolition and reconstruction at Deeside? That's going to cause absolute mayhem when that work starts. No, I didn't. I mean, we're getting this everywhere, aren't we? It's everywhere all at once. I mean, I'm not driving. I'll be on the train at 10 o'clock Sunday morning going up there. So there we go. Yeah, what people have to understand is if everything's found in Graham's favour next week, God willing, then it will cause a very severe problem, because it will then make way for the fact that it could, would and should expose any wrongdoing in any other elections across the country. That's how big it is. It's not just what happened in Runcorn and Helsby. It could blow the lid off the entire thing. There is an old case. I've got the old transcript or the old paperwork on my computer for it, where this has been done before, where there was so much corruption in a previous election, and it was actually annulled. It was cancelled, and you can see it all in black and white there. So we'll have to see how it goes. Demolition of bridge, you'll be lucky if they rebuild it. Absolutely. I can give you VPN access to America for free, Andy. Okay. I have been considering that for a while. Drop me an email, my friend, and tell me about it. Using a browser VPN to appear from the Netherlands, all the flags show as they should. Yeah, I think it is really where you are, isn't it? Where you've got, is it censorship rules or whatever else it happens to be? Really, who knows? But it's getting ridiculous, particularly when you've got to prove your age for certain things. Drury Lane was named after my great-grand. Oh, okay, that's wonderful. I was driving to Southend a week or two back, work, and I saw my name on a road sign, or my surname, and I know there's my surname in a place in Scotland as well for reasons that I said earlier. George Plus Dragon, just try connecting via VPN to Australia and briefly saw the England flag in a chat. There you go. So the British state is censoring England. Can't put it any plainer than that, really. Are you telling me that there's an ice cream named after me, Bloodnose? My God, send me a picture. That's got to be something. That's got to be something. Before Arab taken over, known as Egypt. Okay. There will always be in England, absolutely. I want to pull up this picture, which we've done before. If I find the right thing to put, I always mention it because it's a good idea to give people a very basic understanding of exactly what's going on. And, you know, the more that can understand what's going on, the better. And then you can tell other people what's going on. In fact, there's two pictures here. There's that one now. And let's find the other one. There's that one there. Right, let's upload these. Yeah, I put this on Twitter. And this is basically the United Kingdom in inverted commas. And you can see there the common law jurisdiction covering England, Wales and Northern Ireland, and by claim of right, Scotland. That setup is what protects us. And as you can see, it ain't rocket science. The English Constitution is the solution, and there's things in there that will rid us of Labour, rid us of the Fabians, rid us of all the problems that we have now if it was enforced. I'll take that off and put this on. This is what they want to do to England. This is a European construct. There's 9 regions there, if you include London as well. And when you hear things about regional assemblies, when you hear things about mayors, when you hear things about devolution, this is all about carving up England into regions, so you no longer have the counties and shires. Somebody told me the other day that Essex, they're talking about closing some councils in Essex and merging them into like a super council. I've even heard talk of that going on down here. And that's what it is. It's regionalisation. That will destroy England. And as soon as you get that happening, then you will end up destroying that common law jurisdiction. They can then overlay their own system of law over the whole thing and pull us back into the EU kicking and screaming with all the bells and whistles. That is what is going on. That is what is going on. Nobby, meant to say first time live. Okay, well, hello. Glad you made it. Where are we? Where are we? I keep clicking on comments I want to see, and I keep skipping them because the chat's moving a bit quick. Blair tried evolution in Northeast. No one wanted it. No one wants it. No one wants it. We just want our country the way it is. Localized. Hello, Jasmine. Localized devolution. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you look at the police and the way they behave, you look at the governments and the way they behave, you look at everything else and the way they behave, it's not good. Southend is my hometown. Wonderful. I went to Southend. We had something to do with oh God, something to do with our wedding. I think it was a present or something like that when we were married, and we went to there. I've been to the airport a few times, and recently as well for customers, and also got near when I went to Leigh-on-Sea for Graham's seminar down there. There's going to be another one coming up in Epping on the 23rd as well, by the way. So I'll look into that. Bloodnose has just sent me Gifford's ice cream. I've got to have a look at this. Mum, are you watching this? Obviously, you're not a Gifford anymore. You haven't been for probably 30 years nearly. But there you go. Gifford's ice cream. Pint-sized, big flavours. Ice cream should be... Yeah, I never knew I had an ice cream named after me. I might try and get a free sample, but it'll probably melt by the time it gets here if it's American. What flavours do they do? Here we go. Did I just see that they're in Maine? Is that where they are? Homemade ice cream. Oh, they got locations. Oh, it's just the stores and the family stands. Banana, caramel, coconut, banana cream pie. Oh, black raspberry chocolate chip, canned coffee. What's everybody's favourite ice cream flavour? I like mint. That's my favourite, or maybe cherry. I'll send you a sample, Andy. Thank you very much. Cannoli, campfires, more chocolate lovers, chocolate cookie curveball, or stand flavors. Oh, that looks very nice, doesn't it? Where's what's that? Skowhagen, ME04976. Where's that, blood? You know, obviously American geography is your American. Let me know where Skowhagen is. I ain't got a clue. Oh, Tutti Frutti ice cream. That's a nice one as well, isn't it? Maine. Yeah, I did think I saw Maine before I scrolled down. Does that make sense? I'd like to try them all. Yeah, we'll have to go 50-50 on the postage. Ben and Jerry's wanted to do a watermelon flavour called from the... yeah, they let out some some bloody silly statement the other day as well, didn't they? They should get their ass out of politics and stick to making ice cream. Go woke, go broke, I think's the phrase, isn't it? ME equals main. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Well, let's see what other comments we've got here, and we'll start thinking about wrapping things up. That's a good question. I know it's in the hundreds, but I don't know the exact figure. I don't know if that figure is publicly available. I have to ask Graham or his other kind of admin person that I'm in contact with. But it's not just a piss in the wind, flying a colour kind of thing. It's a proper party. But the problem is, because of what it represents, the English and the English Constitution, the establishment naturally want to try and bury it. That's why we've got the problem we have now, and we're in the situation we're in now with regard to Chester. I mean, the other thing as well, when you've got these parties that are talking about changing things and restoring this country, yes, by all means, restore this country, but recognise what this country actually is. You know, England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, those are countries, and nobody is saying the right things. So it does fill me with a lot of concern. And how do I know what I know? I read. I've read law. It says it in the law books what a country is, what a unitary state is. The United Kingdom, Great Britain, is a unitary state. It is not a country. And, you know, that kind of education needs to be flung around everywhere so people know exactly where we stand and don't fall for bullshit, really. A lot of people, politicians, want to fix things. Some, you know, they really genuinely do. And I fully support a party that will, that is really trying to. And I think some of the things that they're coming out with really probably aren't really deliberate. They've probably kicked themselves in the arse somewhat because they just don't know. You know, you need constitutionalists. You need the likes of Graham. You need to be talking. Rupert Lowe's getting it. Rupert Lowe's getting it, definitely. And I'm sure all the others will as well. I'm not interested in marches and causing divide. What the government wants, the government causing problems, not the people. I've seen so many people winding it up, calling for insurrection and civil wars, and let's go and have a scuff up and everything else. And we've got to try and keep our heads, really. My daughter's rented a Starmer, airing her views over the grooming. Yeah, I don't blame her. I really don't blame her. And I remember that message that she sent me via your Facebook. Yes, absolutely. I'm sure that view is very well shared. Parliament must be closed. It's so toxic and an extremely dangerous place. Well, really, the Commons is our domain. Commoners, you know, and it's lost that meaning. It's lost that meaning. Read Jeff's comment, Andy. What comment? Did I miss one? Let's have a scroll up. I get so many and the feed really jumps through. Jeff. I got George. I ain't got Jeff. Rum and raisin? Was that it? No, I can't find it. I think it's jumped. Yeah, I think it's jumped. Anyway, everybody, we've been nattering for about an hour. And I didn't want to go any longer than that. As I said, there was no subject tonight, just a bit of small talk, see where it takes us. I'm not sure whether I'll be here tomorrow. I really don't yet. I certainly will be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There'll be so much material to bring you out about what's going on. I'll be there every step of the way. Probably live streams mainly. It'll take the form of to get everything out. Hit the like button, share my stuff, subscribe to the channel, and as always, I look forward to talking to you soon. Toodaloo.